and welcome back to a new week. I hope that everybody had a great weekend. If you're joining me today, let me know you can hear me. Say hello in the comments. Tell me what you did this weekend. I'd love to hear what you're grateful for. And I will jump into our content for today. So first things first, just a reminder, if you haven't been here or if you're just joining me for the first time, I'm no longer going to be doing a daily live stream. I'm only going to be coming to you at the beginning of the week, and I look forward to seeing you each and every week. Of course, we always have the Clarity Collective Facebook group, and you can always join my text community. I might send some extra stuff out via that. Anyway, love to hear from you. Tell me you're here. Tell me hello. Good afternoon, Will. Great to see you, my friend. I hope that you had a wonderful weekend. Did you do anything productive? Anybody? I tell you, I got the sound and video outstanding. I love it when a plan comes together. Yeah, so I worked this weekend. I was working on a super cool project, and I spent some time this weekend and some last minute stuff trying to get it ready, and it's just been a lot of fun. So I didn't get a lot of time to my normal rest and activities, but I did spend some time bike riding and some of the things that I like. And I'm grateful, as always, for each and every one of you. I'm grateful for the conversations that I've been able to have with some of you individually. And, you know, there's a lot happening. It's the middle of September. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Jamie. Good afternoon, Laura. Good morning, Jamie. Different sides of the country. Great to see you all here. Hey, so yeah, what are you grateful for today? Share something with me. Tell me something you did over the weekend that was motivating for you. And then while you're typing in the chats or thinking about those questions, I've got a challenge for you this week. I was thinking about, I think we've talked about before, being selfishly selfless. And that's my challenge for you this week. I was thinking about, sometimes to uncover things that are preventing us from doing what we want in our own lives, we got to get to the heart of what it is, right? And I think sometimes the best way to do that is to have conversations where we're enabling other people to share experiences that we might be able to learn from. The experience itself is something we can learn from. And so this week I want to challenge you all to find someone in your life that you just haven't had a deeper conversation with, and take a moment, schedule time for coffee, maybe jump on the phone and have a conversation with someone you just haven't had or wouldn't normally have had that conversation with, and ask them what's going on in their life. What are they working on outside of work? What are their dreams, their passions, their desires, things along those lines. And, maybe they've got a side business. Ask them how that's going. And then take that a step further. Find out what's one thing that they need in order to continue moving forward right now. How can they decide what that next step for them looks like? And can you help them decide that? And then, one more thing, ask them how you can help. Because being selfless is also being selfish. When we help others, we feel good about the things that we're doing. And so I encourage you to reach out to someone around you this week and see how you might be able to help them progress towards their goals or their dreams. That's my challenge. So Laura says she worked on her business plan to restart her photography. Hell yeah, Laura. Great. I love to hear that. Will assembled some dining chairs. I'm wondering if you hadn't put that off. Good morning, Angela. It's wonderful to see you. And then Jamie said, I'm getting my house measured for new tile. She's super excited. It helps me get closure on making the house mine. Jamie, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of the thought process, and I love to hear that. I'm so thankful that you're able to continue moving forward in that journey as well. So those are my thoughts for today. My challenge, I guess, for this week is to help someone around you with something that they're working towards, something that they're striving for. Help them uncover those dreams, or just have a conversation about it and find out what they're doing. Someone you may not have normally spoken to or haven't had that deeper conversation with. And I'd love to hear back from you some of the things that you've learned, or how you found that those conversations benefited you this week. And it doesn't have to be just one. If you've got the ability and the time to have several of them, I certainly encourage it. Man, I love that part of my work is where I'm at in this co-working space. I get to enjoy conversations with people all the time and learn new things all the time about what people are working on. And we've got some incredible people doing some just fascinating things. You know, some of it's not as fascinating to me, but I always encourage them. So that's it. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what questions you have. I can spend a few extra minutes here today since I'm only going to be doing this once a week, and I want to see how it goes. So what questions do you have from our previous conversations, or from things, challenges that you've been facing in your life, and how can I help you today? I came across something else this morning as I was going through some of my work files. I really need to start consolidating some of this stuff, but I was reminded of something I've shared with you previously, and it was from a Daily Positive back in August. And it's 5 things you can do to feel better throughout the day. Yes, Angela, I decided I'm going to try and cut back, and I'm only going to do the lives at the beginning of the week for now. Kevin, you're not stuck at home, man. Go out for a walk. My brother joined us. Love to see it. I was going to call you after this, but I'll tell you happy birthday now. It's my brother's birthday. He's down there in lovely Florida, and I'm planning a visit very shortly. So tell yourself and others these 5 things today. 1, you are loved. 2, you matter. 3, it's okay to fail. Everyone does it. 4, fear is normal. Don't worry about the outcome. Just try. And number 5, smile. You've got this. I thought that was a great way to start this week. I remind myself of those things, remind you of those things. Jamie says she's grateful to be my friend, and that's all she can ask of me. Jamie, you know you can always reach out. If there's something you're working on, I'd love to know how I can help beyond just being a friend. I can't drive there and cut your grass for you, though. How do you determine what's better to do something yourself versus hiring someone else to do it? That's a great question, Will. And I think there's a couple. I don't know that there's necessarily a wrong answer, but that's a good question. Let's spend a minute there. When I'm talking to business owners and we're evaluating whether they should hire someone, there's a couple things that are normally my go-tos. And one of them is it something that you enjoy doing? Let me give you an example. If you were working at an hourly wage of, let's say, $125 an hour as a consultant, and you needed to rebuild your website, but you sucked at building websites, and you didn't enjoy building websites, would it be a wise investment of your time at $125 an hour to build a shitty website that you didn't enjoy building? The answer, hopefully, is no. And so in that case, I would recommend you hire that out to someone who, maybe the same rate, maybe more, doesn't matter, is going to help you deliver an excellent website. because that's what they enjoy doing. That's where they enjoy spending their time, and they're great at it. And then how much time is it taking away from you being able to do the thing that you're doing? If you have to spend time doing tasks that don't enable you to be your most productive, to do the thing it is that you want to be doing, then those tasks should be considered for outsourcing as well. Everybody has their zone of genius, if you will, and that's what I've been encouraging you all along, is to understand and identify where it is that you want to be, what skills you bring to the table that you want to be able to leverage in your future, and how you can move towards that. And so, yeah, identifying what that is for you. What are you great at? What do you enjoy doing the most? Where is it you want to spend your time? Outsource the rest. I hope that's helpful, Will. My guess would be you're talking real estate, and I would just look at what aspects of that process do you enjoy spending time in, and what aspects do you need help with or aren't so great at that you could hire out. And if my guess is off, that's okay. I think it still applies. Let's see here. How much would I charge somebody doing the job yourself versus how much would you be paying someone else? How much would you charge somebody else doing the job? I think what you're saying, Angela, is, well, so my hourly rate is, for consulting, averages about $240, $250 an hour. And if there's a number of tasks that I need help with, I want to ensure that I'm getting quality help. So I'm going to pay a reasonable rate to the people. I'm going to find people who have a reasonable rate, who offer quality service. And I'm willing to pay for the value that they're providing me. So it's hard to put a price on things like that. I understand the value that they're going to enable me to bring. If their services are going to help me increase my pricing, increase the amount of client load that I'm able to take on, that could potentially triple my income. And so if I'm tripling my income, let's say I'm going from 100,000 to 300,000, if that were true, by the way, it's not even close. But if that were true, I would expect to pay upwards of 10% of the value that they're able to bring to me. And I expect quality results. Here's the thing, right? When you start evaluating people for quality results, you're never going to find someone who's going to do things exactly the way you would do them, the way you want them done. But you can find people who can get 70% of the way there, and you should be happy with that. Because one, that shows that they're striving to achieve more, and two, they're committed to bringing results. They're going to do it differently. That's okay. If they make mistakes, that's okay. That's where we come in as leaders, and we encourage them by sharing what those mistakes look like and how they can improve. That's being kind also. And my brother says, thank you everyone for the birthday wishes. And you're most welcome, Will. Angela says she's always put monetary value on every hour of time to make it easy for me to make those decisions. Yeah, I am not a fan whatsoever of hourly work. I do value-based pricing only, or project/retainer-based pricing. So my clients hire me on a monthly retainer for a set price that's based on the value of the work that I'm doing for them. So I don't put hourly labels on it because I just can't stand that model. It's the worst model out there. I believe in the quality of work, and I believe in, putting forth the amount of time it takes to get the quality of work that people are looking for. And sometimes you just can't put hours and values on that specific time frame. So I don't limit it to number of hours. I'm willing to do extra research. I'm really willing to go out of my way to problem solve so that they don't have to. In exchange, they pay me what that's worth. And if I'm spending time, just being a strategic thought partner or a consultant, a coach with people on the phone or on a Zoom call, I do have an hourly rate on that, but it's based on the experience that I bring to the table. It's based on the time that I'm investing in them, plus the time that it takes to prepare and the time it takes to finalize after the call's over, because I send a recording, but I also go back and review that recording from our call, and I put the notes on there that allow them to identify in clear steps what those action items we talked about are, as well as any highlights for them to review in written format. That makes it, they can go back and review the recording all they want, but then they also get the notes from those calls that just are helpful with what are my next steps. Oh yeah, absolutely, Angela. So she says, I mean, if I can calculate about how much it'd take me to do the job myself, I can do the math and compare it to how much I'd have to pay a professional. Yes. If you have a base rate of say $250 an hour, and it's going to take you 2 hours to do something, would it be worth $400 to outsource that from a $500 hourly rate? Yeah, that's a great way to look at it, Angela. I just don't quote hourly rates to people in exchange for services you're providing. I'm just not a fan of that. So anyway, yeah, I challenge you this week to have some conversations with people that you might not have had a conversation with. Understand what they're working towards beyond the day-to-day that they're involved with or that you encounter them in. And I'd love to hear back from you on how that goes. Share in the Clarity Collective Facebook group how those conversations for you went and what you learned as a result of having those conversations, whether it's about them or about yourself. I appreciate the conversation today. I appreciate the engagement. As always, I do love you guys. I'm grateful for every one of you. And I will be around this week. Feel free to reach out to me. In the meantime, I will see you next week. Have a great one, everybody.